Gaming on the go has been revolutionized with the Nintendo Switch. If you're a gamer on the go in 2018, here are some travel essentials you're gonna need. What's up, friends? I am Riff. Make sure to hit that like button. I would really personally appreciate it so much, and also to subscribe if you want to see videos 5 to 6 days a week. So this video is not only the Nintendo Switch travel essentials video, but it's also a gamer edition of what's in my backpack. Well, let's get started. So first off, I have this beautiful Nintendo Switch backpack with some really good stitching throughout. And yes, this is Nintendo Switch exclusive, but as it goes with any backpack of any kind, this does many things. Let's start with the front of the backpack. So in the very front of the backpack, the first thing I got is my Fire 8 HD tablet. Now I take a tablet with me everywhere, and the main reason for this is not for gaming or anything like that. It's because I have gaming news apps like Feedly and Appy Gamer on here that kind of keep me up to date with gaming, and I know I have my phone as well, but when it's nighttime and I'm hanging out, especially in a hotel or even at work, this is something that I like to have that I can browse through and see it very well and take care of everything I need to on a little bit bigger device than my phone. And I don't know if I said this, but this backpack is something I take with me every single day to work everywhere I go. This isn't necessarily just for travel, it's my day-to-day grind of what's in my bag. The next thing is a USB port. This is USB to USB-C. I need this for the Nintendo Switch when I take it with me and I want to be able to charge the Switch from really anywhere. I bring this with me. I think it's really essential. And yeah, the power brick is a lot better and a lot more powerful, but this really works for versatility anywhere you are at any time. And lastly, in the front, in a little zipper, I got my Nintendo Switch screen cleaner. And I know that sounds silly, but I need this and I use it quite often because I'm kind of obsessed, a little OCD with cleanliness. Next, let's dive into the main bulk of the backpack, the middle section, where I carry a lot of the bigger items that I use most often. And first we have the actual Nintendo Switch itself. And I just love having this with me. This is a must. A must. If you are gaming in 2018 and you don't have a Switch and you're a traveler, someone who's moving around, you are missing out on the best way to play portable, in my opinion, hands down. Next, if we move over just one, I have an extra Joy-Con at hand. This is obviously for when I go somewhere and I travel somewhere or to a con or an expo and there's other friends there that I want to hang out with. I always want to have an extra Joy-Con on me because you never know when someone's going to want to hop in a game with you, and you got to be ready in case a challenge arises. Next, we have an actual Pro Controller. Now, I know that seems a little silly to bring because it's kind of big, but really with this backpack, there's some great places to place a controller and it fits perfectly. With that said, like I mentioned earlier, multiplayer, a lot of people aren't going to want to play with a little Joy-Con, and 9 times out of 10 that includes me. So you got to bring a Pro Controller for anybody who wants to play with you, or even for yourself when you want to set your console down and look at it from a table. This works much better in my opinion, and really is a must bring, must have. It's one of the tops in this whole backpack of must brings, any con, expo, travel, or anything. Next, we have the actual wall charger for the Nintendo Switch. Like I said earlier, if you are on stay for a longer vacation, you're gonna want to power this thing up and get fast charges, and really this is the fastest way to get really good charges out of your Nintendo Switch, so it's worth bringing even though it's a little bulky. And now the only time in my life where I will say digital comes in handy, because carrying your games around isn't always efficient, and sometimes downloadable video games are a little easier to play on the go. But with that said, being a fan of physical media myself, I have this little Nintendo Switch carry case. I normally don't carry all of my games in there because I don't really like to do it that way. I'm at home every day and I normally just like to pull my games out of the case. It's something I personally love, but the games I normally bring in this little case are multiplayer games, usually games like Street Fighter or Super Bomberman or ARMS, or something that I can kind of pick up and play with friends, because when I'm at cons or I'm out traveling, I normally, with my friends or with my family, like to really involve them in my gaming experience. So I normally get some multiplayer games and throw them in this thing. Another thing that's important is bringing a controller that is versatile in my opinion, and that is why I bring the 8-bit dough with me as well when I'm traveling, because not only does it work for the Switch, but it works for a ton of other things as well, and you can sync this with a lot of other systems or consoles or ways to play video games, and this is really helpful, really simple to use, easily syncs, and it's very small, and it also has a really good feel. So the 8-bit dough is definitely good for traveling because the Pro Controller on the Nintendo Switch is very much a Switch exclusive, and this is very versatile and works for many different things. This is a huge item to bring with you when traveling with a Switch, or even for other things as well. And this is a Nintendo Switch stand. Not only is this thing good for the Nintendo Switch, but it's good for like your phone or your tablet. I myself use it a lot for my tablet when I'm reading some gaming news. But the real reason that this is really important is for charging your Nintendo Switch. If you don't plan on bringing your Switch dock, you're able to stick in your Switch on top of this and keep it charged while playing. You can plug it in and keep playing at the same time. And this thing is one of the go-tos, I'd say probably in the top 3 of important things to bring when out as a gamer, especially if you have a Switch. The next thing I've been recently carrying with me is a 3D printed JoyCon holder. Now I know this one's a little funky, but it does work and it does serve its purpose. Sometimes I don't like my hands so far spread out when I'm playing with the Joy-Cons, oddly enough. Sometimes I like my hands in a little tighter position, but not as tight as just holding a single Joy-Con. So I slipped this thing on. This is a 3D printed Joy-Con holder, and it works really well, and I like it, and it's easy for travel. It's like literally feels like nothing. If you're like me, when you're out and about at nighttime, you like to sit and relax and sometimes not even play video games and just indulge in a movie or something like that. And if you're with other people and they're trying to sleep, you gotta have headphones. I use a pair of pretty nice direct sound headphones. These are kind of pricey, but the sound is really nice that comes out of them, and they are also extremely noise canceling. So if you're just trying to relax or get really deep into a game, maybe a single player experience, or just watch a movie, this is gonna kind of hone you out, especially if you're out at a con and people are going crazy. You can slip these on and kind of escape from the world. And I think a pair of really good headphones is super important when you're out and about. And I know this next one's odd and not necessarily something you want to bring when traveling, but for myself, this is also a what's in my bag video, but it's an Xbox One controller. And the reason I have this is sometimes at work, we play Xbox One games and I like to have my own controller. Why? I don't know. I'm not a controller snob, but when I'm holding my own controller, I feel a little better and I feel a little bit more comfortable in the games I'm playing. And that's really everything I take with me when I'm out and about traveling. The only thing I'm missing in here that I want is to get some sort of portable Switch dock, which I know there's a ton out there right now, but I personally haven't picked one up yet. I want to do that soon because that's the only thing I'm missing. But as for now, I feel like that is everything you need, everything I need at least when I'm out traveling. But I want to know, what do you guys take with you when you guys are out as gamers? I know there's a ton of different ways that people take their games with them and consoles with them and portables with them. I love seeing it when I'm at cons. I love seeing people sit down in front of event floors playing their handhelds and their portables. It's a really fun experience. Answer that down in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. You guys, again, I'm Riff. Make sure to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching Superhero Game Squad. I hope you have a fantastic, fabulous, marvelous day.